what do you do on a day-to-day basis to inculcate that cultural mindset of a good day versus a bad day, or always one step forward, and even with mistakes? What are you doing like literally day to day to make this happen?
When we started Lumber, again, based on experiences I've had, I have realized the importance of codifying the culture. And how we codified the culture at Lumber is we use the acronym EOE. The first alphabet E stands for energy. So at Lumber, bring your positive attitude, bring that optimism, bring that attitude that we are here to trailblaze. And then the second alphabet O stands for ownership. Have the ownership mindset. There's no adult supervision. Nobody is looking over your shoulders, micromanaging you. You have to take the ball and run with it. Mm-hmm. And the last alphabet, which is really, really important, is experimental. You have to be experimental, run different experiments. Don't worry about failures. Let data guide you. You talked about reinforcing the culture at every all hands, every leadership meeting, in my general channel on Slack. I keep reminding people about our culture EOE. So that was how we started, and that was the main thing that I reinforced in our town hall meetings and all at Lumber. Just recently, I've added one more thing to that, and I've borrowed Frank Slootman, the founder of Snowflake, his main mantra, which is insanely great. And I've rallied the team to be saying, now we will aim to be insanely great, which means mediocrity will not be tolerated, right? Mediocrity is not our thing. We are now going to be the industry leaders, and nothing except the top position will satisfy us. And so that's how, and then you're right, at every major interaction point at Slack, we land a deal. I remind people about what the mission that we are after. We lose a deal. I remind people to learn from that, right? What didn't work. At every customer win, we celebrate it with cake. The CSM who has delivered it, we'll celebrate his accomplishment. So we make sure that every point we can celebrate, we celebrate, so that the positive momentum goes with the culture. And every negative, it's not looked at, or every failure, it's not looked at with negativity, but it's looked at as a learning opportunity.
And how do you, I love all that, and the EOE, and also insanely great. How do you make sure, this is stuff that I'd say a lot of people would say, okay, it's in some ways the same as those posters that people used to put up in an HR office or something, when people go, hey, here's a positive quote, and please think about this. And yet people would still grumble about their job or being happy. How else do you make sure people are, how do you track, are you really bringing positive energy? Are you really experimenting on a regular basis? Are you really truly being insanely great? Because once again, all those things sound good, and I certainly agree with them. But how do you actually track that? And do you say to people, hey, you aren't being insanely great. I don't see you experimenting. Do you let those people go? Is that the end of their employment? And what do you do to reinforce that mentality?
One thing is by using real life example and citing example of people who are walking the talk. And so I'll give you examples. So I asked everybody at Lumber to think about leveraging AI in every process in the company. Think about anything that we are doing manually today can be done in an agentic way. And then we declared a competition. So every all hands, we highlight all the entries that the management team have received, and we award for the top 3 idea.
What do you award? A cash prize, or how do you do an award?
Cash prize, it could be the recent New York bestseller book, or it could be any other. So we have an all hands every month. So we track this. AI right now, we want to be an AI first company, so we track that passionately, and that's why we track that on a monthly basis.
Track every submission. Does everyone have to submit something, or it's just whoever submits it?
Whoever submits it, but every all hands, as all the employees see the entries coming in, as they see it being applauded, they get encouraged to submit more. So we have seen a progressive increase in the entries with every all hands. One other thing that we track is how an employee has improved over a period of time. And if somebody has made rapid strides in improving how they are delivering outcomes, we highlight that. That again happens either in the all hands or in the Slack channel, right? Because sometimes you may not track and remember it in the all hands. So we try to give that message on a more frequent basis. And then if somebody is not performing well, somebody with repeated encouragement, mentorship is not advancing well, then Adam, it's better for the resource candidate, and it's better for us that we part ways. And we will explain what's not working, and then I personally offer any assistance I can to move the career forward, but we'll part.
How quickly do you do that usually?
You can see that I've inspired a big deal from Frank Slootman. Frank Slootman said that I've never fired anyone early. So, which means by the time you realize that you have to part ways, it's always late. So, as soon as we are now more conscious that as soon as we determine that this is not a good fit, we should part ways. So, I'm encouraging this culture in the team that, listen, guys, everybody cannot meet the challenge, or it's not for everybody, and we should come to that conclusion faster. It's better for everybody.